Yo, this is King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. First and foremost, hit the honorburners.com to grab your sea moss gold, 92 of that 102 minerals that your body is made of. So once it gets into your body, it honors your cells and puts you in a position that, guess what? To be able to be replenished. Your health will be replenished once them cells are being scrubbed by this sea moss gold and them toxins, and those diseases are removed from them cells. Pay attention, because not every guy my age, right, is able to have all his hair. Not every guy my age is able to have his skin and face and like all the way intact. The reason being is because it's sea moss gold. It works. It's no other reason. And frankincense, oh man, I was working out the other day. My asthma started messing up. I had asthma as a child, but now I'm starting to get it back again. I popped one of these joints in the gym, and my lungs, my whole respiratory system just like opened up, and I was like, wow. So when I call it shake that I get this from Saudi Arabia, I'm trying to get answers and understandings into the people that I really have spoke to that's out there. They said to me, that's the best you can ever have, especially for asthma, especially for things that's going on in the digestive system, especially for gums that continue to bleed. Get with me, King Earner, live and direct. Tonight I want to speak on OGs, young bulls. Definitions. Let's get some understanding. An OG is a person who has understanding of the life experiences that he's lived, the mistakes and the things that he has done. There's always room for improvement, but you got to understand, if you're an OG, to be called the OG, you have improved in a lot of areas, so you're able to, make decisions, and people are able to understand it, the younger guys rather, in a better way. And the youngins in this time, cocky, don't care, don't want to hear it, don't care what it was, how much it was, don't care who you was, what you're worth. So you got the OGs, such as myself, who try to get the youngins the understanding of their past and say, you know what, you don't want to go there, I've been there. When I was in the streets, if an individual ever came up to me and told me that they were going to give me a direction of a path that followed that's different from their path, and they went through all the things they say, and they hear that I went through, I'm going to listen to that person. Even if I don't follow them. You understand where I'm coming from? I'm going to listen even though if I don't follow. When I go into the crowd of youngins, it's always the guys who, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Well, that guy there, he's the individual that's young, that want to change, but he don't have it in his mind, really. He disrespecting you, you know what I mean? And acting like he's understanding what you're meaning, but he has a whole different mindset. Then it's that other individual that sits in the corner and listens and pays attention and wants to know more, that asks more. But at the same token, he has a goal. And his goal isn't to be a drug dealer. His goal isn't to be in the streets. But the OG that he's listening to is still attached to the streets. The OG that he's listening to is still adhering to the streets, some way, shape, or form. So while he's giving him the honors of understanding, yo, listen, cuz, this ain't the route. Young didn't know about a few, moves he done made. And he's like looking at him like, damn, hypocrite Jim here, huh? Just tell me what they're not to do, and you still do it. So that's that intelligent young bull that's going to make it. When I say make it, he's going to earn a lot doing the positive thing. I mean, the negative thing. But if he take his mindset and switching and doing the right thing, he'll be dangerous, more powerful, and more understanding and more successful if he changes it. So this message is kind of going to touch the youngins, because it's going to lead the OGs in the dark. It's going to be the guys who think they know them like that, the guys that think they know it all, period. It's going to put them in a position where they're going to be baffled. They're not going to be able to really get that understanding why this young guy is so intelligent? Why this young guy is so advanced? If you remember The Wire, I forgot the little younger guy name. He was, he was one of their little homies, but his thing was like he was catching on quick. Even when they wind up running down on his stepfather, or whoever his mom boyfriend, he was sharp and keen and knew what was going on. Well, he was the youngin' that wasn't talking that much. You get more out of it. And youngin', when you don't talk, you get to see who is who. That OG that's talking, you get to see that he really a chump. He really feeding you the BS because he wants you on his team. He don't care about your life. He don't care about nothing that you have going on. His goal is to mind F you, put you in a position where as though all you think that is of honor is money. Once he gets you in that position, he'll leave you. He'll leave you stuck on all type of cases, even little capers that he may sing you on. He don't have that type of loyalty to you because he has a loyalty to understanding that the streets is the streets. I put you into a jug, you get caught up, I see you when I see you. Because really, that's how it is. That's the rules and laws of honor. But when you're dealing with a group of individuals and you organize, those rules and laws of honor change. How can you cling to rules and laws of honor if you don't understand the rules and laws of honor? And that's the thing with the youngest. They don't understand the rules. And all the OGs is disrespecting them. But hold on for a second. Y'all say they kill for no reason, but how many of people in our era done something or hurt somebody terribly bad for stepping on their sneakers? What about the back in the day stare John? I ain't gonna turn. I ain't gonna stop staring if you don't stop staring. And bump into a tree if you got to. That mentality wasn't of honor neither. What about the guy that had the dye in his hair that was running around here robbing people? Everybody thought he was a sucker with the shag. But he was getting money with the brown paper bag. I'm just giving y'all some type of clarity that as a youth, as a person that is young, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things that people are going to stare at and be like, why? Because they are going through their life learning experiences. We are not here to adhere to them in a matter where they think that we're against them. When they get that feeling that we're against them, like we were a lot devious our era, we was killing old heads that thought they was going to disrespecting us. When I said we, I'm not saying like I was naturally a part of killing the old head. I don't want you guys to get things mixed up. I'm talking about as the people, period. Period. You done something disrespectful to somebody that caused their honor, even if you didn't kill them, you killed them with your mind, mentally, man. This wasn't a pretty world then. Everybody keeps saying it got worse. No, it hasn't. It just got noticed more because now you have cameras to see. But think about before the cameras was there. Things you didn't see. Youngin', you are making the biggest mistake in life when you go against the OG that is teaching you something that is good, that is different from what you learned. If you have never been told by a man before to get up and go get a job, because when you get 60 and 70 years old, you're not going to be able to run around and sell drugs, run up and down the streets robbing people. You're not going to be able to do none of that. You're going to be 60 and 70 somewhere begging. So you got to prepare your life in a better way and say, you know what? I may have sold a little drugs. I may have shot a few people. But guess what? I can change. And I can be forgiven from my Lord. I don't have to worry about what people say about me. Bro, do you know how many people that dislike me for the past things that I've done? I got people, family. I got a family that don't like me because their son ain't here no more. So do you think that me as a man care about what's going on in my community or my surroundings when it comes down to negativity? I don't adhere to it. I only correct negativity in the community. You know how I do that? By giving y'all some understanding and some guidance right here. You see, you got guys that play resolution too, like neighborhood resolution. The thing is, you got to be understandable that no police is involved in this. This isn't the 50s where the police will say, listen, man, we heard about what's going on. We're going to stand on the back block. You guys police yourself. We don't want to have nothing. No, you don't start having people locked up. You want to be a neighborhood resolution guy. You're really telling one squad to do this, other squad to do that, come together, boom, let's leave that alone, right? In the world that we live in and the youngest that's amongst us, somebody's going to break that breach. Somebody is going to break it, and guess what? There will be a war, and your name will be all in the middle of it because it's not like you wasn't a street guy before. So why wouldn't either side or one side, the other side, both sides, why wouldn't they think, this guy, man, he used to be a criminal too. How can we even trust this mutt? I'll wipe him out. You wiped. Because at the end of the day, you stepped into positions and stepped into things you got nothing to do with. You have nothing to do with that. All you can do is correct. And these times you cannot, physically correct anybody by grabbing them and tell them you might get shot, stabbed, karate chopped, whatever the case may be, something that puts you in a position that you don't need to be in. But yet we somehow feel as though this OG status put you in a status to really get respected when they do not honor respect. Do you understand this? They do not honor respect. So, you have to come a whole different way. What if I told you that the best way to come to them is to come in a place where they're always going to be at? What if I told you that you're drawn by you committing all of your jumping jacks? Hey, I want to be seen, people. What if I told you that? What if I told you that you faking like you giving out turkeys and all of that don't mean nothing? They just honor the gift. They appreciate it, of course. They might not tell on you. Somebody might not tell on you, might not. But I'm giving you an understanding that this is a whole different rule of a field. It's not even a game being played on a field. It's boxers on a field, on a football field. You got football players on a baseball field. You got basketball players on a hockey field. Hockey field players on a basketball field. If you get my drift, everybody's in the wrong positions and trying to be something that's not of honor. The biggest thing is this. This is where everybody want to be. You have men that go on love and hip hop journeys like, I'm going to make it. And I understand to psych yourself out. We're going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I understand it. But these women are hustling. These women are earning. They are getting the understanding that positivity will lead you into what? Success. But you have to be positive amongst how your degree of positivity, because you might have been a guy who was a vicious savage that bit heads off. Arr, arr, Hulk Hogan mixed with the Green Hawk. I don't know, whatever type of character. But at the same token, you might have been uncontrollable. But now you may be controllable. That's your positivity. Me, I try to carry it where I honor all four corners of positivity. Anger, no more. Stress, no more. Worrying about family members and people that I love, no more. Because that's called worrying. You got to give people their own strength by motivating them too, and they got to help too. So that everybody's exchanging each other energy, but the energy got to be genuine. And if the OGs don't genuinely want to be for the youngest and they just want to show up for certain things, try to get a coin or two, or see who they can stand next to, or what type of picture they could say, oh, that's my man, that's my young boy, he rizzat, and all of that, man. I'm seeing dudes 90 years old, man, 90 almost, posting rap stuff of guys who don't even befriend them. You see? It's sick when you see it. When I seen a guy doing it, it was like, what is he doing? Like, what was his purpose? The people specifically have told him several times, leave us alone, we're not your friend. But yet he go that inch, go that yard to continue to try to make people their friends. And you look at them like, why are you doing this? What is your motive? And the motive is sick. I'm going to say it because it's the truth. A lot of the brothers need hugs. A lot of the older dudes need more hugs than the younger dudes. We're not talking about OGs from back in them times that was giving us honor. We're talking about OGs who would sit there and piss in another young boy ear to get another young boy eared. You see where I'm coming from? Not the OG that, like, no, you hustling like that. I feel you should do the same thing. But look, that boy, man, he owe you some money. Leave him alone. Cut him off. I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to wind up doing that. So why would you put yourself in a position to do that? When you have a friend that do you wrong, the first thing you do is cut them off. You don't hold on to it. You see? That has no honor. That has no merit. It has no substance. When you let him go, it has substance to it. And he goes on to do that to the next friend, and you never know what may happen. We're living in a world where you can kind of see, but you don't know because there's only one knower of the unseen. Why fight against that? Why fight against the understanding of what you know that's in place? It's simple. It's the OGs that are authentic, that can speak to the youngins that are authentic. Then you have the other OGs that are suckers, that speak to the youngins that are suckers. Then you have the other OG who try to teach the children by way of action. I'm turning into that type of OG. I've talked. Everybody know me to always make sure everybody was good and not, cause enmity between people. And, I was a negative individual, whereas I may have at a time also sparked up a lot of negative things because of the type of individual I was. And you look back at that as an older individual and you say, that was corny. See, if you're not an OG that's respecting himself, when you respect yourself, you upgrade yourself. So you get to the point you look back and you be like, that was corny, that was corny, man. That was nutty. What was that about? If you're not an OG doing that and thinking about the things you've done in the past and saying, damn, I know this youngin' around the corner that I be kicking it with, that I be mentoring. I know he might go ahead and do that same thing. Let me go ahead and get this to him so he won't do it. Yo, I remember you tell a youngin', give him that story, the same shoot 'em up, bang, bang story. You want to tell that chick that don't want to hear it, she wants you to long stroke up, she wants you to see Moss Golder. Instead, you want to talk about how many people that you smacked and all that. She's looking at you like, why am I here? The game is to be sold, not told. That's the game of honor. I'm not selling it to you. I'm giving it to you for free on a platter, and I'm giving it to you to understand it where you can relate. Straighten up. It don't make no sense. You're in and out the can. You're young too. This is to the young one. We got the old heads. We didn't attack the phony OGs. We didn't attack them, man. Come on, we off of them. Now we on the youngins, the ones that's corny, that don't want to listen, that every other week he's locked back up in jail. And then when you talk to him, he like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. He might have smoked some wet too and a couple other drugs he may done. But come on, youngin, you gonna let that conquer you? How you gonna let that conquer you? Why? For what reason? You think it's cool? Well, what if I told you in another 20, 30 years, your principles and the things that you go for that you honor now will start becoming slim by the route and the lifestyle that you live. And before you know it, guess what you'll be doing? Begging somewhere, trying to figure it out, because you're not gonna go around and not have nothing. And if you're not begging, you're gonna be in somebody's penitentiary because you're gonna go take. Before we reach any of that, let's get an understanding of sturdy foundation and what we're gonna do. The sturdy foundation is we're gonna make sure that we start giving each other understanding and good advice. Even if it hates you, the jealous ones, you know the jealousy ain't coming from you. You know majority of it coming from the shaitan. Well, this is how you fix it. Be quick to tell somebody that you don't know, Assalamu alaikum, and man, I hope everything go well for you. Or you see him stressing, man, hey, look, man, excuse me, I don't mean to touch you, but I just hope everything go well with you, man. How you doing, sister? You need some help? Let me take that up. You know what that do? That'll overpower the negativity. That's how I really started implementing who I was as a man. And that wasn't not too long ago. I started being able to be cool with just saying hello to people. I used to think the working man was a sucker. I used to think a sucker was a working man, you see? But now I speak to him, hey, how you doing, man? The mailman, whoever. And any home I ever been a part of or owned or probably whatever, the people love me because it's, hey, how you doing? What's going on, man? Because I had to grow out of the, man, what's up? What cuz looking at, man? He all, what's up with you, man? No, I'm saying, why you doing a bunch of that? And at my age, that'll look stupid. I got children. It look weird. Never should you be pump faking. Never should you be out in the mix trying to be something that you aren't anymore. And it's understood, without a question of a doubt, that King Gurner is definitely not no gangster at no 41 years old. Are you joking, kidding me? We gotta be kidding me here that you think that I will be involved. It's so much at stake. It's so much honor I have built. Youngins, pay attention to what I give y'all. I'm giving it to you from the heart, man. I'm not giving it to you for you to, yeah, man, you know, King Gurner talking that talk. No, I don't want to hear that. I'd rather hear, damn, hey, the youngin' man, he made this and done that because of your little video you done. And then when I do hear that a lot, I honor that. I've been getting a lot of women that's been relating to my story, relating to my past, even the women that understand that I was a negative individual, disrespectful to women, disrespectful to anybody I didn't know, disrespectful to just about anything that walked the earth. If a dog looked at me, it was right back, you know? It was weird. But it was because of my lifestyle, the way I was eating, the way I was getting high, and the things I was doing, and the mindset I was putting myself around. And the people I grew up with, they didn't want to see me prosper because they was always jealous. And then I got a hold of some good brothers that was like, yo, that's the right way to do, man. I hope you win. And it blew my mind because I always thought it was going to be from the guys that I rocked with, you know, that was my squad. But it wasn't. So remember, it ain't going to come, that love when you change, ain't going to come from that inner circle. It's going to come from the guys that you didn't expect it to come from, man. Guys that you'd have been like, damn, man, I ain't know it was going to show me some love because the Lord put the right people in your place here, start doing things. King Gurner live and direct.